Hey everybody, it's Dana and welcome to the 25 Days of Christmas Card Series with Courtney and Friends. I'm super honored to be on this card series and on the last day with my girl Courtney. Thank you, Courtney, for the opportunity to join you guys, and make sure to follow all of the participants. They're absolutely fabulous. So let's go ahead and get into my card today. So for my card today, I wanted to do a little bit of stenciling, super quick and easy way to make your holiday cards. So I am using the Gina Glitz Glitter Gel in my favorite color. This is the Red Velvet. I'm also going to be using this large stencil from Simon Says Stamp. This is called Mega Wrap Stripes. And I'm going to be using the Trinity Stamps Slimline Series Stitched Dies. I went ahead and die cut out my card panel here, and this is Mitt's Cardstock by Hero Arts, and obviously I'm making a slimline card. I've been getting into making these slimline cards and I'm really liking them. Next, I'll bring in the stencil, and what's so great is the design on here allows you the opportunity to pick an area that suits your design better. So because it's so large, you have the opportunity to kind of switch up your designs just by using one stencil. I'm going to bring in my spray box. Because this has a lot of lines and delicate lines in this stencil, I am going to spray it with my Pixie Spray. Pixie Spray is a low tack adhesive that works wonderful with your stencils to keep them in place without having to use tape. So I can go ahead and pull that out the box, and it dries relatively quickly, like 10 to 20 seconds, and it's dried. And you can go ahead and start putting it onto your card. So I'm going to line up the area in which I want the design. So you'll see I'll kind of move it from top to bottom to see what design is going to work perfectly for this card. Now I do try to make sure I'm even on left to right and top to bottom, so my design looks cohesive across my card panel and not like it's been chopped off. Once I have my design area picked out, I'll just rub my hands over the stencil just to flatten the stencil and get it to adhere to my paper. Because the stencil has a lot of lines, I really don't want those lines to be shifting, and that's what's so great about using the Pixie Spray. Now I am just going to bring in a piece of scratch paper just so I can keep working on my mat and I don't have to worry about cleaning it. So anytime I'm starting with the Glitz Glitter Gel or a texture paste, I do like to stir it up a bit. So I'm going to use a small spatula and then this scraper. The spatula is from Tonic Studio and the scraper is from Thermal Web. I'll have all the products linked below. I also like to stir up my Glitz Glitter Gel just in case there's like any kind of separation. I just want to make sure I get a good amount of sparkle in everything. Now with this stencil, I am going to come in first with the product on the spatula, and this is just to get it into place, to lay it down between those lines. Now anytime I find using thinner stencils or stencils that have a lot of detail to them, I like to pick a way that works best where the stencil is not lifting. So you'll see in the areas that are kind of like vertical, I'm kind of trying to make sure that I go with the grain of the stencil, or let's say the lines of the stencil. Now obviously this one has ones that are horizontal, vertical, diagonal. I'm just spreading it on in where I know I'm not going to get a lift with my stencil, because remember, we don't want the Glitz Glitter Gel to go underneath the lines. I am coming in with a heavy application here because I'm going to end up scraping off most of it. Now once I get this on, I want to make sure that I have an even coverage at the end. So you can kind of go in heavy-handed in the beginning to make sure all of your crevices of your stencil have Glitz Glitter Gel or whatever medium you're using, and then you can go and scrape off and take off any excess. I feel like I have enough for the time being, so I'm just going to scrape that back in. And I also try to remember to scrape off the lid so I don't get that gunk of the Glitz Glitter Gel all over the top when I go to twist it. And that'll help me from making sure that it doesn't seal shut by accident. Once I have that sealed up, I am going to come in with my large scraper And I'm very gently going across this. I'm not gouging into my stencil. I'm very lightly just smoothing that Glitz glitter gel over and making sure I kind of push it into those areas that I want to make sure I fully cover. Now I do see I missed a little spot at the bottom, so I'm going to go back into my Glitz glitter gel. I'm going to use my spatula and just pick out just a tad bit. Again, you can see it's heavy-handed there, but I'm not concerned about that because remember, I have that large scraper to kind of clean that up for me. So I'll come across the top where I see that I missed a spot. Now you want to do all of this. You want to double check yourself before you end up pulling up that stencil. There's no going back once you pull up the stencil. As you can see, I don't have a lot of product left, so I'll just grab my napkin and wipe that off. Make sure to clean your products when you're using this Glitz glitter gel because you don't want it to dry. Now is reveal time, the happiest time anytime I stencil, and it's seeing the design. This is my go-to color combination for my holiday cards, so I absolutely love teal and red together. And look how sparkly this card is. The theme for my card today is sparkle because that's what I love to do. So this fits perfectly into that theme. I'm going to use my little pokey tool to kind of pull that up so you can see it. Look how gorgeous it looks. Now I can set this aside to dry and we can work on the rest of our card. I love this Joy die from Simon Says Stamp. It has 3 layers to it. It has a outer layer, which is just the outside of the Joy. Then it cuts a thin frame of the Joy and then just the letters. Love, love, love dies like this because, you know, we have stencils. So now we're wondering, like, where do we put a sentiment? Perfect way to do that is to pull out a die. This is Poppy Cardstock from Concord and Ninth, and I'm also going to use their metallic sparkle paper from Concord and Ninth. Love, love, love these colors together. And the sparkle paper from Concord and Ninth is one of my favorites because it does not rub off. So I will use just a scrap piece of paper. So I'm going to bring in my scissor and trim it down because obviously I don't want to waste any sparkle paper. That would be like, you know, a glitter crime. Don't do it. So always make sure to cut down a piece that's just going to fit the area of the die in which you need. So I'm also going to die cut this Joy out in red, this gorgeous poppy color. And I'm also going to die cut it out in white because I'm not sure which way I want the letters. If I want the letters white and the outline red or vice versa. So I'm just going to cut them out twice. Once I have this run through my die cut machine, then I can choose which way I want this. So first I'm going to look at the red, and I do like that. And I can put the white letters in there, but I'm not thrilled with that. So I'm going to remove the red and the white letters. And I think I'm just going to come in with the white outline. I think the white just kind of pops a little bit more off of that gold. And then I can inlay in my red pieces. So I think I like this design a little bit better. Now I do want to darken up these red letters because my Glitz glitter gel is a little bit deeper red than these letters. You see that? So I just want to darken up the edges of this. So I'm going to grab my cranberry ink from Concord and Ninth, and I'm just giving the outline of the little alphabets just a little hint of a darker red. I don't want to do the whole thing, but I do just want to kind of cast a shadow around these letters. Now, this is an extra step. It's totally not necessary, but I just wanted to add a little bit of a shade around those so it kind of matches the Glitz glitter gel a little bit better. Once I have that all done, you can see just a hint of a shadow and the centers of it look a little bit lighter. Now I can go ahead and start assembling this. So I'll bring back in my gold piece. I'll bring in my outline white, which again, that looks so beautiful against that. I do like to use tweezers with these fine little die cuts. And then I can just grab myself some liquid adhesive. I use Hero Arts Precision Glue. And I'll just dab that around each one of these letters to make sure that I get good adhesion to the glitter paper. Remember, glitter paper is textured paper. So you want to make sure that you have enough adhesive on there. Once I do that, I can kind of wiggle around that joy piece to make sure I get it where I need it. And then I can clean up any of the extra glue. Now this glue does dry white, so I'm really not concerned if it's outside the lines. And if it's inside the lines, it's not a big deal because remember, our letters are going to be inserted in that. So I don't have to be too concerned about any of that extra glue. Now I'll go ahead and use the glue, same glue, to insert my letters. Now what will also be a fantastic color combination is if you did this in black, white, and gold. That is another one of my Christmas color combinations that I love. I think it makes very, very striking cards. Or you can be very fun and just do this in non-traditional Christmas colors. And that would be beautiful as well. Just do what works for you. Do not overthink your holiday cards. Now, if you want to catch my holiday card series that I posted, a couple of weeks ago, make sure to click on the link below the card description box, and you'll see my tutorials for this year as well. Again, I made my cards very simple this year, and I don't think I colored one card this year. So I made the process of card making really, really simple. Once I have those in there, I can use my tweezers to get everything in place. Now, since I have that, I think it looks fantastic. But remember, my card is full of sparkle. So I do want to add a little bit of sparkle to the red joy letters. So here I have my scrapbook.com, and this is a glitter aqua pen, I believe it's called. And I'm just going to add some of that to the joy. I'm not really putting it on the white area. I'm just putting it on the red area, just to make that glitter up just a tad bit. But these kind of aqua pens allow you to have glitter that's not like in your face kind of glitter, but just a nice little shimmery sparkle on your card. So I'll lift that up and you can see how gorgeous just that little bit of that aqua pen makes a difference. All right, let's go ahead and start getting our card panel together. So my card panel base is the Simon Says Stamp 130-pound cardstock. I absolutely love this cardstock. It's nice and thick and beefy for these types of cards. Now, since I have everything done and it looks gorgeous, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down with wet adhesive. Again, I'm using my Hero Arts glue. And the reason I like to use wet adhesive, it allows me the opportunity to kind of wiggle my stuff into place before I actually press it down onto my card. Now, another reason I'm using wet adhesive is because this panel is still a tad bit damp. And I do want to make sure that this glues and adheres nicely to my card base. So that's why I'm going to use the wet adhesive instead. Once again, make sure you play with your color combinations this year. You can use this stencil over and over again with different color cardstock and different color Glitz glitter gel. Navy and gold, fantastic. Navy and silver, fantastic. Brown with gold is beautiful, and it's a great for a masculine card. So keep those things in mind. I'll have all the products linked down below. They are affiliate links, and I would thank you in advance for using them because it helps my channel and it helps me allow myself to purchase more things to keep this channel going and to keep you guys inspired. So thank you in advance for using those affiliate links. It really helps out. Look how stunning this card is. I absolutely love it. So now I'm just trying to figure out my placement. Do I want my joy in the center or do I want it off to the side? And I think I want it off to the side because I really do like those horizontal stripes that go across the card, and I don't want to block them. So I'm debating if I should pop them up, and of course I need to pop them up. I need a tad bit of dimension. So I'm going to grab my 3M foam tape and just cut down a couple of these pieces to fit nicely behind that joy sentiment. So with the 25 days Christmas card series, make sure to check out everybody that participated and make sure to give them some love. These ladies, they work hard for this crafting game. So make sure you leave a comment and a nice thumbs up. Also make sure to acknowledge the founder of this series, and that's Courtney Krieber. Make sure to subscribe to her channel and show her some love as well. And if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when I have more cards up. So now I can go ahead and pull off the backer piece of that joy, and it's gonna look gorgeous. Again, we have a lot of sparkle going on here, but it's not like in your face. It just makes a beautiful and simple holiday card. So again, I'm just going to double check where I want that joy, and yep, I do want it off to the side. I don't want to block that little line that's going across. I don't know what gravitates my eye to that line, but I really, really love it. Now, I would be amiss if I did not add a little bit of extra to this card. And if you guys have been watching my series, you guys know I like to add little sequins or baubles, and this is the Trinity stamps. These are the gold ones. These have become like my go-to anytime I'm putting gold onto a card. So I'm just going to grab a few of them. I don't want to overwhelm my card with these, but I do want to add a few. And I think it brings in a nice repetition of that O, that circle and that O, by having those additional little circles on my card panel. I'll use a little bit of wet adhesive to place these on, and that is a wrap, you guys. That is my card for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure to head on over to Courtney's channel. I have her link below, and if you want to follow me on my social media channels, they are at the end of the video. Have a great day, everybody, and stay safe. See you in another video soon. Bye-bye.